Hello and welcome to my Sonic AI generated image gallery. So these images I generated using text based inputs using Sonic and all the various things that Sonic would use, or all the various things that I thought would be about Sonic. This is the first picture I created. It's a supercar with electricity. It kind of looks like Sonic's car if he had a car. Also, this came out. Doesn't exactly look like Sonic, but it does kind of look like him. I mean, it's got the blue. Sometimes it doesn't make a exact photo like Sonic. It makes like a human instead. This is based on Sonic inputs. This is another one. It added some golden wings and almost like he's Super Saiyan mode. The nice background, he's running on a road. I put things like road and stuff like that. This is like Green Hill Zone, if you'd like to imagine. This is another one. This is a more Asian style. As you can see, there's like Asian buildings in the background. He's got like he's got some different clothes on, almost like, yeah, like his body's naked here. It makes him look like he's got a human's body, but it's like a little bit naked, and it's a little weird. He's holding something, but it's okay. And there's this one where it almost seems like Sonic is a flying glider going across a road. This one's pretty interesting. This one also created a female that kind of looks like Sonic. This one's pretty interesting. It's got a thunderbolt. There's no Sonic in it, but for some reason it put like a hot air balloon. There's like a road here, I think. Some blazing trails and thunderbolts. It's pretty nice. I thought it looked pretty nice. That's why I kept it. Here we have Sonic. I actually kind of like this one because it kind of it shows like a weird red ship, almost like it's Tails. It's for Tails. Like Tails has his own jet ship, and Sonic is just speeding across the water, making the water lift as he's speeding across the ocean here. You can see like the sun in the background, the smoke everywhere. This one's a pretty nice one. Then here is a more realistic tone, but it's almost like if Sonic just ran across this road and just left everything blazing, kind of like in those movies and stuff. Like electricity everywhere, his blue electricity, huge lightning bolts and fiery lightning bolts. I'd like to imagine Sonic ran through this road and left a huge electric burning trail. Here's another one where he's got some weird long hair. It's almost like he just turned Super Saiyan or something. He's Super Saiyan Sonic right now with his long hair, and Super Saiyan 3 Sonic to be exact. With the clouds and nice, he's like running, he's like almost flying. He's going so fast, he's flying through the air. Here's another one where it's got a ring in the back, like the rings he collects, and with some like longer hair, and he's flying across the forest here in like a forest Green Hill Zone. This is another one where he's running across a road at like supersonic speeds, making a huge kind of like leaving a trail behind him where it's like warping the light and the space around him as he's running around. So this is what Sonic's vision would look like, really, as he's running so fast. It's causing everything to become all sucked into one point here as he's just trailing way past everything. This is a more gothic. I put a gothic theme on and it turned it into like a huge blue, scary jet ship. I'd like to believe that if Sonic was in a gothic landscape, this would be his gothic spaceship that he travels around in super speed like. Here, it's Sonic again, but with lots of wings and birds in the background. He's just running around and accomplishing his mission. There's also birds flying around him and a nice background. This is an anime version of Sonic, which turned Sonic into like a human anime character with his blue hair and red shoes, red clothing, red trim, wings in the back. I thought this was pretty nice. I kept it. Here's was also another anime version of a Sonic theme. It adds the blue and the red here, but it kind of added just anime characters making like a scene. This kind of looks like a alternate reality where Sonic is like a human anime character, and that's like his girlfriend or his mission, whatever he's trying to do. Here's another version of Sonic with longer. I kind of like to imagine this is what Sonic would look like if he actually looked like a real person. He's kind of like actually got a whole body like this with legs, and he's running on the road again. He's got a bit of he's got some abs going on here, I mean, and some chest pecs. And here's Sonic on like another angle. This one kind of messed up. His fingers look broken, and he's like missing a leg here, but I kind of thought it was okay. Here's Sonic running away on the road. Kind of looks a little bit awkward, but it kind of reminds me of the first time they made the Sonic movie, how they really messed it up. But this looks pretty nice with all the trailing red and blue as he's speeding across, making flames everywhere as usual. Here's a more superheroic Sonic with some armor on, and he's got an actual big strong body and stuff. It's okay looking. I kind of like the way he looks with his head looks, but the body is actually kind of next level. As you can see, this is what he regularly looks like, but the AI kind of turned him into a human monster. This was just a weird theme that didn't really do anything except make some patterns. This one's actually pretty nice. Winged Sonic with like gold feathers here, and he's got his tail that actually kind of extends out and looks nice, giving him some aerodynamics, and his chest here actually looking kind of reasonable, as if Sonic is wearing a suit instead of just having regular blue hedgehog fur, I guess. Hedgehog spines. This one's pretty nice. I really like this one, actually. It works. This is the city escape. Is he escaping the city? Where he's fighting around in the city, running around in the city, completing missions. This is another one where Sonic, he kind of looks normal here, but he's with like some sort of special character that the AI randomly generated for me. It looks pretty nice, but it kind of reminds me of an older Sonic game where everything is more colorful and weird looking. This one was pretty nice. This one, it kind of generated a Sonic image that's based on the movie. He's got that blue electric in the background. This is almost like the electricity that he's generating by going so fast, and the nice sunrise or sunset. And here's the city of, I think it's the city of New York, but here's Sonic traveling around in New York City, and the format of the Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. This one was pretty nice too. Here's a graffiti Sonic, themed by graffiti. He's running through the back alleys. Some graffiti, and there's flames. It's a pretty nice one too. It kind of gets his body correct. That's what I like about it. His gloves are not white though. His gloves are blue, but his shoes kind of look nice. They kind of look like weird Nike shoes. This is another weird version of him that looks like he's... It looks like the scuffed movie Sonic, where it's his legs are all weird and his body's all weird and messed up. His face is weird, but it's his shoes kind of look okay. I guess it looks kind of weird though. AI really messed it up here. At least the sparks look nice and realistic, and the flames here. There's a more artsy version of him. This is another artsy version. This is also another very good one. It kind of messes his hands up sometimes. I don't know why his fingers are all bent and out of shape, but it's kind of, if you just kind of look at the general body here and the legs and everything, and this weird ring thing in the back, kind of like the ring he uses to teleport. He kind of teleported into the middle of the Green Hill Zone, running around on all these cliffs, generating blue electricity below him. Here's another more pixelated version of him, kind of like along the lines of the regular Sonic here. It's kind of weird big fist, but that's okay, I guess. Here's a Sonic that kind of looks more like a fox, really. Almost as if Sonic and Tails merged together, and now his Sonic has Tails' abilities. He's got his ears and his hair. He's got a hairy ass chest and a white thing here, but his foot's kind of messed. His hand and his foot kind of merged together. It doesn't really make sense, but it kind of looks kind of nice around here. Yep, and this is another weird cartoony one where his kind of AI kind of messed up and gave him a like weird arm on the back, but it looks okay. It looks kind of nice. This is like a random human generated version of Sonic. That looks nice. And also kind of just generates some images based on things, but it doesn't put Sonic in there. This is a cartoon Sonic, like an 80s cartoon or a 90 or like a 60s cartoon or something like that. It's pretty cool. He almost kind of looks like a superhero or something. It's pretty nice. And then here's Sonic with, it's like some sort of superpowers. Another superhero Sonic, but it's way more majestic, and he's got wings going. He looked godlike and just dominating the landscape with his superpowers. Here's also another weird one. It generated based on this one, but when I clicked the generation again, it just made a weird automobile, kind of like Sonic's old automobile car, like a nice old 80s car, 60s car. I'm not too sure from when it is, but looks like a really nice car actually, nice and speedy. It's like a speedy car. And here's another animated generation of Sonic, but like instead of making Sonic, it made like a female animated character. Here's a jet based on Sonic text inputs. This is Sonic's jet ship, I would imagine. He rides this and travels to other planets somehow. Super speed, super jet. Yep, that's all I have for Sonic. Did also do other characters in the franchise. For example, Amy Rose, Sonic's girlfriend here. Here's one based on Amy Rose. Here's another one based on her. Sometimes it just makes a human too, just like before, but based on what Amy Rose looks like. She's got green eyes, so like it kind of makes parts of the character green. This is like a child version of Amy Rose, like when Amy was a baby. It's another. I fixed her hammer. So sometimes like this hammer she has, this red hammer she has here, doesn't show up well. So I just typed in like another kind of hammer, a gun, and like a red hammer. So I just typed in red gun. So this is like a version of Amy Rose, but she's got a red pistol, her hammer. Here's another version of Amy. Anime, green eyes, pink hair. This is another more accurate version of Amy where it's got the ears and the hair, but her body is more of a human, and she's got some weird like hammer device here. It's like more of an Asian style, so it kind of made it look a little bit Asian. I think this one's pretty nice looking. There's another version of her with like a pink wand. She's like in some sort of strange city. There's another animated version of her with like a red gun hammer. And she's got hearts in the background going for her and crystals and stuff. There's another version of her, and said everything is more or less green, like her eyes. This is another version of Amy, but more of like a samurai wielding Amy. This is like a Amy sticker. It's kind of weird because like it just gives her like a human body, but even though like she kind of does have a human body, but here's like a realistic Amy looking. She's like a nice green emerald heart thing here. Just like she has nice earrings and stuff, and she's got the ears and everything, but it's kind of Asian and set inside of a city. Here's another one. This one kind of the AI kind of messes it up and kind of adds some weird things here, but overall it's pretty nice. Here's like a Amy, but like inside of a lotus garden here or something like that. This is a more badass barbarian Amy with huge green eyes, and part of her arm is like missing. It's like almost like her arm got cut off and she just put something there. This is her red hammer. This is like a weird child version of Amy. It's like a more badass version of Amy with like her. Literally, it looks like a gun, but when she slaps the gun on someone, it fires a gun. So it's like it's literally like a red gun hammer. I kind of wish Amy had like a gun hammer or something instead of just like a regular hammer. That would be so cool. But other than that, like it's got the same green eyes and the ears and everything in the band. It looks pretty much like Amy, but it's a human. Here's like here's the AI kind of messing around a bit, making it green and stuff. There's another version of her with horses are weird red weapons and her signature pink hair. This looks more like her, but she's got like again like a human's body, and she doesn't have the red thing on. This is like another more furry style looking. It usually just makes it look like a weird furry. There's another one. Green eyes, pink hair. Green eyes, pink hair. Gun hammer. There's another one where she's got two gun hammers, and it's kind of green, so it doesn't really look like Amy because she's all green and stuff, but it's based on her. This is like a complete way off the bat. I mean, just horn, blue hair. What the hell's going on? This AI messed up here. This one's pretty nice. It's got the gems. It's got some green gems and the pink hair and stuff like that. Again here, human Amy. Another human Amy. It doesn't understand. I put in pink. I put in things like hedgehog and stuff, but it just doesn't understand how to make like a hedgehog. How to make her look like this. It kind of makes her look like a hedgehog sometimes, but it's with a human body every time. Here's like a mosaic style looking. There's like a more kid looking. Again, this is like almost the first image back in the beginning. Again, back in the beginning, almost like the first image. This one's pretty. I think this one's just overall pretty cool. Character look wise, like it just looks like a cool character, but it's based on text prompts from Amy. And also it's like an Asian themed, anime themed. There's another one that kind of does remind me of her, but it's not exactly like her. Here's another gun hammer with human body and pink furry looking. Here's like musical Amy who's like making a concert. Yep, and there's another one. No, this one looked kind of weird. Doesn't really look like her. Kind of just looks like a weird furry. So like a nice, pretty looking human Amy again with furry looking aspects. Yep. This one's more of like, it kind of looks like her, but she's missing the dress and everything. It's not the AI. It's hard for the AI to figure that one out. Actually. Oh, and here's another weird looking one, but it kind of looks like a different character from the Sonic universe. But it's got like, I really like this one. This one, I kept it because it looks really nice. It almost reminds me of a different character. Amy's friend, perhaps, from the Sonic universe. There's another picture of Amy, 3D looking. I made a lot of Amy ones. As you can see, they're all basically the same. It's just kind of humanoid. It's a weird gun hammer. This is like her friend again. Looks like her, but it's not her. Here's another one that kind of almost makes it, but still looks like a human. This one's pretty cool too. He's superhero style Amy, not like just regular looking Amy. Yep. There's a lot of. Here's a badass one. This one was super badass. I really liked it. It's like a badass looking barbarian Amy, with like a fucking shoulder fired rocket launcher laser. Yeah, that one's pretty badass. Yep. Yeah, this is mostly just human looking and weird. There you go. And that's what it's all based on. It's based on this image. I also did one of Shadow the Hedgehog. More of a badass theme. This is Shadow the Hedgehog in Tokyo, I guess, or like China or something. Chinese street, and looks kind of badass. This is Gothic Shadow, where he's got like super crazy ass armor and guns, dude. This is like another anime version of Shadow. I typed in things like SMG because like there's a game where he has like guns on him and stuff. So I thought it'd fit him to have like a submachine gun, as he does in some of the games. Here he is again, but it actually looks more of like a realistic hedgehog, but at the same time it's a cartoon. This is kind of a really this is like a really funny looking Shadow that doesn't actually look like him. It kind of looks like a pathetic version of Shadow. And then this is like a different theme, a barbarian theme, I think, or just like a berserker theme. And it made Shadow the Hedgehog's inputs look like this super villain and extreme character with like a huge rocket launcher on his back. He's super muscular with like chains and huge ass boots, spiked pauldrons on, Kind of looks like Shadow in a different, more evil universe. This is a more realistic version of Shadow that actually looks like him, and his shoes look like those shoes that he would have, and his hair and his style, but he just kind of looks weird in some ways because he's got like a interesting background, but otherwise this one was a really good one. I kept it. This is like a 3D miniature looking version of Shadow. This is another version from the Berserk theme, where it just makes a weird warrior character, kind of like the previous one, but like a different medieval, cool looking anime. This is him, and like he kind of looks weird and pathetic here, but still looking a little bit badass. This is more of a realistic looking Shadow as well. He's got like evil looking armor on and his submachine gun tucked in his side. This is like a weird one where it just shows like a female mech warrior or something with a gun, but styled in Shadow's image. Here's another Shadow. This one looks more realistic, like a Sonic anime, where Shadow looks like a tall looking character, badass looking character. He's got his hair looks realistic, his shoes kind of look realistic. Here's another Shadow, a cyberpunk Shadow. Shadow was in Cyberpunk 2077. This is what it would look like. He'd have his submachine gun and his badass cyberpunk armor on. Nice. Here's another one where he's kind of he's got like an animated look, but he's got like a long human's body. It kind of messes up his foot here, but it puts 2 feet, I think. There's like a big foot here and like a small little secondary foot. There's like a strange thing going on back here. I'm not sure what it is, but other than that, it looks pretty nice. His arm looks kind of short, but it looks pretty nice. Here's Shadow on a motorcycle, but he looks like a realistic looking hedgehog. Oh my god, his legs here look so messed up. But it's a very anime looking Shadow. He's got like a pretty humanoid looking face. All body armor on and everything. These Asian ones look pretty like weird and cool though. Oh. I think that was the last one I had of Shadow. Thank you for watching the Sonic AI generated images. Hope you enjoyed them. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.